All right, today we're diving into a story that starts with this amazing dream for a community festival, but ends up on the very edge of total disaster. It's all about hope, expertise, and how one single, unbelievable mistake threatened to unravel everything.
And this is the central mystery we're going to unpack. I mean, how does that even happen? 200 trees planted by an expert on the verge of being wiped out basically overnight. It sounds impossible, right? Well, the answer is a pretty shocking lesson in what can go wrong.
So, our story kicks off in Pocheon City, South Korea. They've got this big annual event, the Hantangang Autumn Festa. And for this year, the organizers, they wanted to do something really special, something that would be a new must-see attraction.
The vision was this incredible, lush, tropical garden, and at its heart, 200 papaya trees. Now, this wasn't just some little side garden. It was meant to be the main event, the star of the whole festival. A lot of hope and a lot of the visitor experience was riding on this one thing.
Okay, so you can't just stick 200 tropical trees in the ground and hope for the best, you know? This kind of project needs someone who really knows what they're doing. So they brought in a tropical plant expert who didn't just plant trees, they built a very specific foundation to make sure these trees would thrive.
And this, right here, is the absolute key to the whole story. It's a technique called bongbon. Now, this isn't just a pile of dirt. It's a purpose-built mound, more than 20 centimeters high, that basically acts like a protective shield for the tree's most fragile, most important roots. This technique is what keeps them healthy and growing. It's everything. So, the expert's process was super methodical. First, obviously, plant the trees. But step 2 was the game changer, building one of those protective bongbon mounds for every single tree. The entire point was to protect that root system and guarantee success. And at this point, everything was looking perfect.
And this is where the whole story just takes a nosedive. After all the experts' careful work was finished, a different team came in to do some general landscaping. And what they did next was, well, it was a catastrophe.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's staggering. The expert carefully builds up soil to protect the roots. The landscaping team comes in and does the exact opposite. They dug up those protective mounds and shredded the roots underneath, all just to plant some grass. In one move, all of that specialized, careful work was just gone.
And the fallout from that one action was instant and honestly brutal. The garden, which was supposed to be this symbol of excitement, was suddenly in a full-blown crisis.
And here's the scale of that crisis. 200. Every single one of those papaya trees, the heart and soul of the tropical garden, was now at risk of dying. 200 trees, literally having the foundation of their survival ripped out from under them.
And the timing, wow, it could not have been worse. July and August, that's the peak season for papayas. It's when they should be growing, flowering, even bearing fruit. But after the damage, all that growth just slammed to a halt. Now they need over a month just to recover, which means they could be dead or dying right as the festival opens its doors in September.
And, you know, this goes way beyond just the trees. The festival lost its main attraction, completely ruining the story it was trying to tell. For Pocheon City, something that was meant to be a huge point of pride was quickly becoming a public embarrassment. A project that started with so much hope was turning into a total failure.
So, in the aftermath of all this, the focus shifted to the human side of things. The expert who put all that care into the project was, as you can imagine, just devastated. But that devastation pretty quickly turned into a demand for answers and for someone to be held accountable. And the expert's own words really say it all. I cannot understand how people in the same industry could kill trees that someone else raised with such care. You can just feel the sense of betrayal in that. It's not just that a mistake happened, it's that it came from other professionals who absolutely should have known better. And here's a detail that makes this whole thing even more intense. The expert had donated the trees. It was a gift. Because of that, this isn't about money. They can't just file for damages. For them, the real issue is making sure the people who did this are held responsible for the act itself. So, where are we now? Well, city officials are involved. There's a frantic emergency effort going on to try and save the trees, but honestly, no one knows if it'll work. At the same time, an official investigation is underway to figure out who's to blame and how something like this was even allowed to happen. In the end, this whole story is so much bigger than just some papaya trees in Pocheon. It's a really sharp lesson in what happens when specialized knowledge just gets tossed aside. And it leaves us with this huge question that you could apply to pretty much anything. When the experts are ignored, who's the one that really ends up paying the price?